What is a healthy diet? And what makes a diet healthy? We've all heard how important it is to eat healthy. But what does this mean? What does the science say? And why do most bad diets fail miserably? And what if the single most important health decision you make isn't which diet you choose, but which enemy you fight? When you understand that, your diet will click into place with much greater success. Hi, I'm Dr. Dan Monti. As the founder of America's first ever Department of Integrative Medicine, I've learned my job isn't just to give you another set of rules, it's to find the real enemy that's holding your health hostage. Here's what you need to know. The science is quite clear on what you should be eating and what you should try to avoid. And more importantly, the impact diet can have on your body, mental clarity, disease risks, longevity, and ability to thrive. But there is so much information out there. How do you sift through it all? And even if you know some of the things you should be doing, why aren't you getting the results you want? I'm here to make that easy for you. And here's the good news. You don't need to be perfect, and you don't need to be the Mother Teresa of nutrition. You can get your body's biology in the right direction with some simple, science-backed moves. So I want to start by sharing this important news, something I believe is incredibly important for you, and frankly for all of us. The brand new 2025 findings came out from the US News & World Report, and they announced that a panel of top scientists has picked the Mediterranean diet as #1 for the 7th straight year. For me, that's a huge confirmation, but not for the reason you might think. Because they didn't just pick a diet, they picked a weapon. The most effective weapon we have to fight the hidden enemy that is the true root cause of so many of your symptoms, chronic inflammation. Now, inflammation isn't always the bad guy. When you sprain your ankle or get a cut, that swelling and redness is acute inflammation. It's your body's emergency response team, your immune system, rushing to the scene to protect and heal you. That's a good thing. We need it to survive. But what happens when that emergency alarm gets stuck in the on position, quietly blaring in the background, day after day, week after week, year after year? That is chronic inflammation. It's not a dramatic injury, it's a low-grade, simmering fire inside your body, fueled by things like stress, poor sleep, and most importantly, the food we eat. And this hidden fire is the root cause of so many things we've been taught to just accept as normal, parts of life or aging, that brain fog that makes it hard to find your words, the persistent fatigue that has you reaching for a third cup of coffee just to get through the afternoon, the aches and pains in your joints that aren't from a tough workout, that stubborn weight, especially around your middle, that just won't budge no matter how little you eat. These aren't just random signs of getting older, they are signals. They are symptoms of this underlying battle. And the science is clear. This unchecked inflammation is a major driver of nearly every chronic disease we fear, from heart disease and type 2 diabetes to cognitive decline and even certain cancers. So if chronic inflammation is the enemy, the Mediterranean diet is our scientifically backed weapon of choice. So let's sell the board. Our Mediterranean diet Decoded, if you keep in mind these 5 key things, you're well on your way. The first is that the diet is plant-based, but that doesn't mean it has to be vegan. But you do need to get enough protein in. And so you can do that through a combination of plant-based sources, but also fish. We love fresh fish that swims, not so much the shellfish, and other lean poultry and things like that. Number 2, there is no calorie counting. Now, my patients love this because the focus isn't calories like some of those fad diets. The focus is nutrient-dense food, getting enough of it in. Number 3, you actually go out of your way to eat extra fat. This is very counterintuitive, and in fact, in some of the most successful studies, they gave people extra fat, such as olive oil and nuts, and this made a huge impact. Number 4, you don't have to be perfect. Studies have shown if people just adhere to the diet pretty well, not perfect, most of us can't be perfect with our diet every day, every meal, but still, people that adhere to the diet pretty well, they saw huge health benefits. And number 5, when you're thinking about what do I order at a restaurant or what do I choose at a market when I need to eat something, think if it grows, it's good. Now I know there's some exceptions to that rule, but again, it takes us back to number 1. Plant-based foods are what makes us thrive. If you follow these eating patterns, the data are clear. You are not just managing symptoms, you are strategically winning the war against chronic inflammation. Let's start with the brain. We all want to think our best for as long as possible. One study showed that a version of the Mediterranean diet slowed brain aging by up to 50% over 18 months. Another showed that swapping the bad inflammatory fat from margarine or mayo for the anti-inflammatory fat of olive oil was tied to a 28% lower risk of dementia-related death. I love olive oil and tell my patients it is one of those things to splurge on the best quality one you can get and to put it on everything. In fact, when you are knowingly eating something with inflammatory fat, like a piece of red meat, you can offset the effects a little bit by smothering it with some high-quality olive oil. And back to overall brain effects, a long-term study revealed that following a Mediterranean diet can lower dementia risk by 35% in high risk. That's the people with ApoE4 gene individuals. What is incredible about this study is the epigenetics, meaning how we manipulate what our genes are exposed to in terms of diet, toxins, and so on. These things can directly affect how genes express themselves. So even if a genetic vulnerability runs in your family, like ApoE, or a tendency towards heart disease, and so on, there are things you have the power to do to lower the risk of getting those things. And speaking of heart disease, the science here is just as powerful. The Mediterranean diet is associated with significant decreased risk of cardiovascular events like heart attacks and stroke, as well as decreased risk of diabetes. There are versions of the Mediterranean diet, such as the MIND diet, that have terrific emerging data, and other diets that share some of the important features of the Mediterranean diet, such as the DASH diet, also have encouraging data. So to recap, build your plate on an anti-inflammatory foundation like the Mediterranean diet, which means lots of plant-based foods that are rich in antioxidants, as few inflammatory or ultra-processed products as possible, and lots of anti-inflammatory fats. The single most powerful step you can take for your health isn't about deprivation, it's about addition. Think, what color can I add to my plate today? Start there and you're on the right path. Now, if you found this helpful, please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video where we'll tackle how poor sleep fuels inflammation, and I'll give you my strategies to fix it. With that, this is House Call. I'm Dr. Monti. Until next time, be well. So earlier on, we had Sell the Board, but now we have Ask the Board. While we're filming, the crew actually writes on sticky notes questions they have about things I'm talking about. So I haven't seen these before. Give me a second as I see what people are asking me on the team. You said your job isn't to give us a list of rules, but the Mediterranean diet sounds like a list of rules. Okay, you guys know what I mean. Let's be honest, Dr. Monti, you're at a friend's house for dinner and they serve you something deep fried and ultra processed. What do? Do you eat it to be polite? Or do you give them a mini lecture on inflammation? Probably a little of both. We've been told to fear fat for decades, and now it's our friend? Before that, it was carbs. Is science just guessing? Are you going to tell us in 10 years that French fries are superfood? I very much doubt that. And some of this hasn't changed. What's new is that all fats are not created equally. And so this is where science has evolved to. So healthy fats, we didn't know the difference between healthy and not so healthy fats. Now we do. Diet is tied to a 28% lower risk of dementia-related death. What about the other 72%? So this is a great question, but when we're talking about statistics, we're always looking at ways to significantly lower the chances of getting an illness. And lowering the percentage by 28% is pretty good. Now, of course, we'd like it to be 100%, but we need a lot more research to get to that point. You told us we don't need to be the Mother Teresa of nutrition, but the diet you've been praising has been #1 for 7 years straight. So you don't want us to be a saint, you just want us to be Tom Brady of diet? You know, that's a fine thing to aspire to, but actually you can be one of the players who fumbles the ball sometimes and still get a lot of health benefits.